here's Donald Trump calling for peace in Ukraine. And when I first previewed this story in the beginning of the show, I was like, nothing means anything anymore. Left, right, it is completely messed up. We have the progressives who unapologetically support the Ukraine war. We have a quote-unquote progressive challenger who's running for president who don't even want to talk about the goddamn issue, apparently. Apparently not even an important issue to even bring up. Meanwhile, we got Donald Trump, the heir apparent to the Republican throne, Ron DeSantis, that scary motherfucker waiting in the West Side. But imagine this, just the optics of this. You have Donald Trump on the election stage calling out the Democratic Party for funding Nazis and supporting war. This is the reality we are close to getting to. So here's Donald Trump. I want you guys to listen to this. One only Western politicians getting this right. What do you guys want us to say? What do you want to say? Everyone getting this wrong. He is one of the few getting this right. And I'm saying one of the few because the Republican Party is against what Trump is saying here. I'm going to show you guys an example of this here very soon, where Fox News is painting Joe Biden as weak on Russia. So, TJ, we're going to explore this dynamic here very soon. There's going to be a giant conflicting messaging campaign that's going to be nothing but funny to watch.
But before you play it, I think people think that Donald Trump is stupid. No, remember the issue he had the last time that swept him into power? His so-called right populism, all the stuff he was saying before they got him to stop saying it when he got elected. He was saying all the right stuff. Don't cut Social Security. All that stuff he was saying.
Yeah.
He's found another issue. That he can use.
Yeah. He supported healthcare. He was
be against the whole establishment, including the Republicans, because he ran against the Republicans his first time. He ran against the Republicans and the swamp. Now this is the swamp. Whoever's on his team, they got some skills and understanding how to play these sort of political games in the red-blue game. It's not going to work on us, but it works on people who are invested.
It works on his base, and he knows his audience. Exactly. He knows them.
So let's play the video, and I'm gonna give you guys reaction because this is something else. It literally blows my mind. Let's watch this.
Joe Biden has weakness and incompetence. Joe Biden has brought us to the brink of World War III. We're at the brink of World War III, just in case anybody doesn't know it. As president, I will bring back peace through strength. Peace through strength.
Oh my God. What fucking reality am I living through right now? We got fucking Donald Trump talking about peace through strength. That's the guy we got to hear it from. The guy who all knows bullshitting.
I thought he was the one who was going to start World War III, like you said earlier, Nick. Like everybody was fear mongering about, he's so unhinged. He's going to start World War. And now he's the guy talking about peace. And again, like I said earlier, I don't think he's serious. I think that he is, again, he knows his audience. And I think that he's also kind of that Marjorie Taylor Greene, where it's like they want the craziest person possible to talk about something like this, because then it turns an entire segment of the population against it. And people will then support war because Donald Trump's against it, because they're fucking idiots. It's amazing.
You know what level of I have checked out of like just wanting to engage in any sort of critical thinking you have to be to achieve that? Like you have to have been like, no, motherfucker, take that book and that knowledge away from me. Like burning, I don't get it. But go ahead, Nick.
I was playing the beginning and could not too long.
Through weakness and incompetence, Joe Biden has brought us to the brink of World War III. We're at the brink of World War III, just in case anybody doesn't know it. As president, I will bring back peace through strength. Peace through strength would have never happened. If I was president, there would not have been a war with Russia in Ukraine, zero chance, and Lindsay would be happy with that. That's better than any alternative. Wouldn't have happened. And I will say this, even now, despite tremendous loss of lives and destruction of much of that country, I would have a peace deal negotiated within 24 hours. You could make a peace deal. You could make a deal for both right now, 24 hours. Through weakness.
You make a deal. So now their polls are showing Ron DeSantis wiping Trump up. will Ron DeSantis wise up? Because like if right now I said on Jimmy Dore's show that I predict that Trump won't be able to beat Ron DeSantis. But if you had Trump criticizing the Ukraine war, meanwhile Ron DeSantis is repeating the line from Tom Cotton and the rest of Republicans, that's when things get interesting.
The one thing that could get DeSantis, because he's got the, I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want you guys to get, but the Rona stuff. Because DeSantis was excellent on that in regards to their base, and Trump was the guy that fast tracked the boop boop.
That's why I predicted that. That's why I predicted Ron DeSantis would win. I literally said it on Jimmy's show.
But this could be the game changer.
Yeah.
This could actually be the game changer, and that's why I said this guy Trump is not that stupid.
No,
because
and don't get it twisted. That doesn't mean him saying that doesn't mean he will actually do it.
Oh,
he's saying it to get elected.
Absolutely not. Like he's not just like the right populism stuff that he didn't do.
Right.
This is just what he realizes, what he or his team realizes, that you don't want to say stuff that people in Washington gonna clap to. You want to say stuff what the people who are going to be voting are going to clap to. And you notice when he said in 24 hours have peace, you notice most of that audience wasn't clapping.
Yeah.
About half of them was clapping because half of them aren't with what he's saying, but he understands, regardless of what these people are saying, the people who are going to come out and vote want to hear this, want to hear what he's saying. And a lot of candidates wouldn't make that decision to go away from their experts that are telling you not to do that.
Yeah.
Even though they're looking at the data, a lot of people would just still kind of, fall in line, but he chooses not to do that. And that's why I said this could actually be a game changer if he really pushes that. Could you imagine, Misty and Nick, Joe Biden's on the stage and he's saying we need to fund the war more. And Trump is saying lives are being lost, millions of dollars. Trump is now talking about, you see the homeless problem we have here? Biden, you're sending $100 billion to Ukraine, but you're not even doing anything about the homeless population. Look at the police. He could even say police killing people without even talking about defunding them. He could say, on your watch, you got police out here killing all the black people.
Yeah.
He could say that.
Dude, Trump had no shame. He would say whatever. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And then when you add this war stuff, and you add this war stuff about, and on top of people feeling the pain of eggs being over $10, like people are saying, yeah, why are we sending this money over there? Because I'm paying $10 for eggs, but we're sending $100 billion. So you see how Trump could win this shit based off of just this one stance if they continue this war, which they're gonna do because they want to milk this. Like what Julian Assange says, this is not about winning shit. They don't give a fuck about winning.
No.
This is about milking their pockets. Yeah. That's it. Lining their pockets. Go ahead, Nick. If you had any other receipts there to show or reactions, because there's reaction on Twitter.
Yeah, actually, I'll pass it to you to show some reactions, and then I want to show you guys another way I want to cover this, and it almost can be in another segment as well. I want to show you guys this contrast, which is going to be hilarious to watch because I explained to you before, despite Trump's rhetoric on this, you had 80% of House Republicans that are voting for the Ukraine war. This is one of the reasons why we predict that Donald Trump is going to be full shit on this issue, even if he wins. If he wins, he's not going to do this because he's not going to butt party leadership and lead
He's not going to piss off the donors and the military-industrial complex. He's going to say that he will because he's smart. I mean, he knows that that's what is going to get him airtime. That's what's going to get him. Not that they won't give him airtime anyways, because that's just what they do. They give him billions of dollars in free airtime, in 2016. But and this is all theater. It's all theater. It's all theater. Trump and Biden are owned and operated by the exact same people. Period. End of story.
Look what people are able to say. And this is what Shama Sawant and what we also say. This is the Democratic Party establishment open a wide gaping hole for a right populist to just slide on in. This right here, this is one of the issues. Now listen to this, because I think this is this is kind of like a conservative guy. He's saying, no, this is the founder of Callin, I think it said there. Did it say that? Or Get Callin. Yeah, founder. I hate to admit it because he's not my preferred candidate, but Trump is the only major political talking sense about Ukraine right now. just like what you just said, except for the bit on Lindsey Graham. This is just her retweeting our
and the professional managerial class in the boutique left can clutch her pearls all they want, but there are going to be a ton of people say the same thing.
Yep.
They always.
I've already heard it.
Yep.
I've been seeing it on Twitter. You know what I mean?
Here's another one. Yeah. And to your point, here's another one saying the same thing. He's the only one talking sense. Like, no matter how much people hate him, but Donald Trump is the only major politician in the West talking sense about Ukraine war right now. A peace deal should be priority number one to save 10,000 lives. I mean, they're opening this lane for him to be able to say that. Donald Trump, MSNBC is reporting on it too. Just don't ask him how he'll pull this off. Why would they add that in there?
He's friends with Putin. He can make a phone call.
I love what Missy said. If he's friends with Putin, he's gonna pull it off, right?
He's friends with Putin. He can just give him a call and say, "Homie, let's do a peace deal. It's all good." Putin got him elected in 2016, so he can.
I mean, couldn't he do it? Or just based off their own narrative, he could do that. Right? He could be like, "Look, y'all said I know Putin."
Yeah.
So I will call up my buddy Putin and say, "Hey, man, let's work out a deal."
Yeah.
But that's what look at. This is what everybody is pointing out. And I bring this down. Pass it to you, Nick.
No, I was gonna say that would be funny as hell if he says that one day. Like, if he said we should have peace in Ukraine, and they're like, "How are you gonna do it?" He's like, "I thought you guys said I was friends with Putin." That shit would be funny.
I would laugh. I'm not gonna lie. I would laugh hysterically if he did
hate Trump, but that shit would be objectively funny if he did that.
Yes.
Objectively funny.
That would be legendary funny. Like, yes.
Yeah. Any other reactions to that you want to share, CJ? I want to share.
No. That was the only. Just showing how people are pointing out like he's the only one making sense, and this is the lane opening a gaping wide hole for a right populist, a demagogue.
And it's crazy to me that it's Trump and that Democrats are like full force on board. We're gonna fight to the last Ukrainian, like just crazy pants, like full on warmongers. Like, and the Democratic base just it's like, okay, yeah, we're just gonna go. No, like that's so absurd. Like these are the same people that trashed George W. Bush for getting involved in Iraq and Afghanistan, right? Yeah. And now all of a sudden, it's like I say all the time, when my team does it, it's fine. When the other team does it, it's the worst thing that's ever happened in the history of ever, and we should all condemn it. Yeah. And it's so stupid. War shouldn't be partisan, y'all. And that's why we need a massive revitalization of the anti-war movement in this country. It is the military-industrial complex is completely out of control. We have an economy of death. Our country runs on bodies. We blow people up for profit. That needs to end now. Like it's again, like that lady that you showed from the Donbass. They don't see us as human. It's because we're fucking terrorists.
Yep.
All over the world. Like we are brutalizing countries all over the globe for profit.